Hello and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. Today we're looking at the latest Moogle treasure trove to be added to Final Fantasy XIV. If you don't know about these events previously, essentially what you would do is a series of activities listed on this website or in the game by the icon for the Moogle Tome being next to them in the duty finder, and essentially completion of those will reward you with an X amount of tomes, and then you can go to a vendor in a starting city-state such as New Gridania, Uldar, or Limsa Lominsa's lower decks, and you'd be able to exchange those tomes for some new rewards. So there's a new one coming on the 30th of January. This is at 8 AM GMT or 1900 AEDT and lasts all the way up until Monday the 11th of March 2024. So let's speculate what March might have in store for us. Maybe another Moogle Tome event, maybe some other events coming soon as well. So let's look at this then. So I've told you how it works, you kind of already know at this point, but there is slight changes this time around. It says, in recent years, demand from collectors and historians has led to a surge of adventurers seeking tomestones, these mysterious relics of the Allegan Empire made to record and keep its secrets. Some small number of the artifacts unique for the peculiar sort of knowledge contained within have piqued the interest of the eccentric, in particular itinerant Moogles who come bearing rare goods of their own to exchange for these irregular tomestones. So, how to participate? There's actually a brand new thing this time around called the Mogpendium. So the Mogpendium is essentially a in-game version of this website, which is really interesting. So it's like a binder, it's got its own UI this time, and it says the first hunt and the second hunt. So as you can see, there's actual hyperlink buttons on this UI as well, and it shows you what you can do, your standard objectives. There's also now weekly objectives for tomes, mini-mog challenges and ulti-mog challenges. So we've still got the basics of what you can do to get those tomes, but there are more ways of doing it. So as you can see here, your standard objectives, as you would probably already know, like in the previous events, you can see these objectives with the Moogle Tome icon next to them, such as the Labyrinth of Ancients in this example, right? So those will be in Duty Finder. You then have weekly objectives. These can be completed once per week on a reset, and these regular tomestones are rewarded upon completion of relevant weekly objectives. Each player will be assigned one objective per week from the standard objectives. This is a great way to get your hands on even more irregular tomestones, so be sure to try your luck. So essentially, any of the standard ones will reward you specifically, I think, that's what it's saying here, an extra bonus for that week if you do it, which is really cool. Then we've got mini-mog challenges, and these can also only be completed once per week. Essentially, these you need to do 2 objectives, and then you're rewarded more tomes for doing so. So there's lots of different things. For example, there's even hunt marks shown here, there's mahjong, there's fishing challenges, there's fates, I think this is, and treasure hunt as well. So they're basically making you do a whole host of different things, which is cool. And then can be completed once per entire event is the Ultimog challenges. These objectives can only be completed once per event period. A sizable tombstone reward awaits those who complete these special tasks. Hungry for adventure, it says, test your mettle and challenge the Ultimog challenge. So obviously you'd click on the Mogpendium, the book in the game, to actually see what that is. Very excited to see what Ultimog challenges are. Maybe it is an ultimate weapon, I don't know. Claim your irregular tomestones. Yep. Basically, you can do that on the actual UI on the Mogpendium itself. So once you've completed something, you actually click a new button now, which is really nice, isn't it, for your challenges for the week and stuff like that. But your actual from duties still automatically claim, but you still need to click on these in the book for your weekly objectives, Ultimog and Minimog. And there we go. And then as usual, you'd go to your starting city-states to exchange for those. So now let's look at what those rewards are, and we'll do our very best to show these off in the game as well. So for 100 tomes this time around, we can get the Mamashiba Neckerchief. This is something that has been included in the game prior to this. This will cost you 100 tomes. It is a really nice neckerchief, and if you've not got this one before, then this is a great opportunity to get that, although 100 tomes obviously is quite pricey. For 50 tomes, we're going down to 50 already. We've got the Antelope Doe Horn. The Antelope then is a pretty cool looking mount, especially if you like your mounts basic with no saddles. Creature mounts are great fun. We've then got the Titania Barding, designed after the obviously the fight within Shadowbringers. Obviously designed to look like her wings as you strut around on your bird. Very nice stuff. Then we've got the Modern Legend hairstyle, modern aesthetics, modern legend for 50. Very nice hairstyle. A lot of people use this one, so you can grab that. Next for 50, we've got the Yukinko Snowflake Minion. This is a really nice minion, especially if you've done Eureka Pagos. You've probably seen these hopping around. Adorable, absolutely adorable. Then for 30, we have the Dalmal Whistle. This obviously is another creature-related mount, much cheaper at 30 tomes. Looking pretty good. It's supposedly a giraffe, isn't it? It's a Dalmal, which you might see on the Sea of Clouds. Then for 30, we have the Ultima Horns. These are obviously a piece of glamour for your head. If you like horns, then this is a great option to get these, because if I remember correctly, the Ultima Horns are a little bit harder to get usually. So pretty cool stuff. Then for 30, we have Decisions Orchestrion Roll from Omega, and we also have the Twilight Over Thanalan Orchestrion Roll. Both of those, I'll let you Google what they sound like because of copyright reasons. And then we've got some Time Worn maps for 30. We get 2 ostensibly special Time Worn maps. These specifically, then, these maps, these have, I think these are the guaranteed portal ones, right? I think so. I think they are. The level 80 full party 8-player, yeah, so they're level 80 ones. So that's a level 80 maps. 2 of those for 30. We've got the Bomb Palanquin Horn, which is previously a tribal-related mount for 30. We've then got the Boreas Whistle, again, one of the mounts from one of the extremes originally in A Realm Reborn, one of the horse mounts for 30. We have the Roselana, one of the Heavensward bird mounts from an extreme, for 30. We've got the legendary Kamoy, so a little bit of a slice of Stormblood's extremes there, for 30. And then we've got MGP Platinum cards for 30 tomes each. These award 50,000 MGP in the Gold Saucer, so if you're after nothing but MGP, then that's a great solution. Then we have some housing items as well interchanged here for 20. We're going down to the 20 area. We've got the Back Bar, which is an interesting item. It's dyeable. It says a tall wooden shelf commonly used in taverns to store and display liquor. So if you want to make a bar, you can do so for 20. We've got the Pixie Apple Basket, which is an interesting item. A basket full of apples, a basket of pixie apples, and a bottle of grape juice. Perfect as a palate cleanser or simply a snack for 20. We've got the Bar Rack. So again, if you're going with your bar motif, this is a wooden rack for holding a selection of drinks and glasses. Hanging the glasses upside down prevents dust from gathering inside while avoiding chips to the rims. You can get that for 20. They're really hammering on the idea of making your own bar. Interesting. And then we've got the Late Allegan Armor Offending for 15 tomes, which is a glamour piece. Then we have the Late Allegan Armor of Maiming for 15 tomes as well. And the Late Allegan Armor of Striking for 15 tomes. Uniquely, just the chess pieces for fending, maiming, and striking there. Very strange. They've done this before. I prefer it if you would get the full set, but there we go. Then for 10 tomes, we have the Deep Eye card, which is for the Deep Eye, so just a 1-star triple triad card. And then for 10 tomes as well, we can get the Archaeonis, I think that's how you pronounce that, a 2-star triple triad card for 10. Then we got for 7 tomes, the Stormblood Gilgamesh card, which is a 3-star for 7 tomes. And then for 7 tomes, we can get the Titania card. So if you wanted to get your barding and a card for Titania, you could totally do so for 7. And then we've got 2 minions for 7. We've got the little Lianon, which is adorable. It says, doesn't see you as food yet. And then we've got the Griffin hatchling for 7 as well. An absolutely adorable minion for 7 tomes. And then finally, one of the last items is the Indomitable Orchestrion Roll for 7 tomes. Again, you might want to look up on the internet what that sounds like. But yeah, very cool stuff. And then finally, Magic Prism Job Mastery, 10 of those for 1. All in all, there isn't really any new items as far as I'm concerned on here. There are some interesting items. Personally, I would, if I was new to the game, I would probably definitely pick up the neckerchief and probably some of the housing items. There's nothing that immediately grabs me personally this time. I've pretty much got all of this. But hopefully the second part of this will have stuff. So I like the changes to the event. I think it's interesting to see how they're actually dealing with this. And of course, it does also say that you will be able to exchange these items until 7.1. So the first patch after the main expansion launch from Dawntrail. But you will be unable to claim rewards via this Mogpendium after the release of 7.05. So you've even got a little bit of leeway after the expansion launches. I do like the new button. I think the Ultimog challenges will be interesting to see what those involve. They didn't give a demonstration here of what that involved. I like the Minimog ones, especially if we're going to be doing some like fish X amount of something. Do Mahjong, do some treasure map dungeons. It's really cool. It reminds me of Wondrous Tales, but like you're actually getting determined rewards for that. Weekly objectives are cool, along with the standard objectives. I think the Mogpendium is a great addition to the game, especially if we're going to be seeing more Moogle Tome events into the future. This is a great way of making it easier for players to use without needing to go to this website. So the more stuff baked into the game, the better, in my opinion. Let me know what you think about this, if you're excited by any of the rewards, if so, what you're going to go for. And I will indeed see you all next time. Link in the description, and hopefully that helped. Much love. Bye-bye.